Welcome to Gate City Chronicles. I'm Kevin Avard, your host, and today I'm joined by two gentlemen who are involved with the Apple world, and the name of that world is SNAC?
SNAC, Southern New Hampshire Apple Core.
Southern New Hampshire's Apple Core.
Right.
Very good, very good. And I'm speaking with Tim Adams and Rick Branscomb. And welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the first I've heard of this, the SNAC, or Southern New Hampshire Apple Core. Tell us a little bit about what is this? What is the whole program, your organization? What is it?
Well,
How did it, what is SNAC?
SNAC is a computer user group dealing with Apple computers primarily, but we also help people with other products or deal with other products, and have ever since we were founded back in 1979.
Oh, so you've been around for a little while.
Right.
Yeah.
79, wow.
So Apple has a program of they officially sponsor user groups, and so we are an official, for what that's worth, Apple user group. And if you go to the Apple website, you can find local user groups in any town.
So if somebody has an Apple and they want to learn different applications with their product, either new or old, do they go to a store, or do they come to your group, or what is?
Well, with Apple stores now, if it's a new product, Apple sometimes will offer training. Typically, Apple will offer training on the new products more than the software that's sold. But we would perhaps have a user or two that in the group that do use that product and would be able to answer your questions and give you a helping hand getting familiar with it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't do any in-depth, long-range training, but we're just a group of people who get together and we ask each other questions and we learn from each other more than anything.
And if you have a problem with something, coming to a meeting or sending an email to the group, typically we'll get a fairly quick response on ideas on how to solve the problem or where to look for solutions to the problem you're having.
A little history, going way back when. We were talking off camera that way back when there was shareware, and this was a social group, basically. This is how it started.
Yes.
That there were programs out there that were being produced by people that weren't even part of Apple, from what I understand.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Originally when the Apple I and Apple II came out, there was a limited supply of software, and magazines like Byte, and there was one in Peterborough, another one in Peterborough, 80 Micro, for the TRS-80 computer. Apple Cider was a magazine out of there also. They used to program or publish programs that people could type in to their computer. And they might do absolutely nothing, or they might be a little calculator, or they might be a little mystery game or whatever.
Right.
And people would key them in from the magazine and put them onto a floppy disk and bring them in.
What's a floppy disk?
It's an obsolete technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
And SNAC had a large library of public domain and shareware programs that we would give to members as they requested it. And
Do you still have that?
No, the library is long since gone. It was all Apple I, Apple II, Apple II Plus programs, basically. And
You can get anything you want on the internet
Yeah.
now, so that is not, as a function, that's not what we do anymore.
Right. So it basically evolved, and now it is still a social group where you.
Yes.
Where would you meet? Where do you meet?
We meet in the National Public Library last Wednesday of every month, 7 to 9.
Okay. And bring coffee and donuts?
Not allowed to have food in the,
Oh.
in the auditorium down there.
We used to be able to have coffee and snacks there, but the library does not like that anymore. We do meet in the theater room, so there's plenty of room. We have a large screen. We project everything up on that so people can see. And we've also done live internet. Well, they ran iChat last month, and the guest speaker was out in California.
Right, so your typical meeting would be some type of a form, a PowerPoint or chat, or?
Yeah, it depends on what meeting it is. We may have next month, we've got a demo on somebody's teaching us, talking about how to do podcasts.
Oh.
And last month he was talking about, I forgot, it's been that long already, but did a live chat on the internet.
So it covers a wide variety of topics.
Yes.
Anything that has to do with an Apple product. I mean, if
Pretty
you don't have the
much
answer,
so.
you know somebody who does.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have a short business meeting, and then we take questions and we talk among ourselves, and then there's a little break, and then afterwards we usually have a demonstration of some kind of hardware or software or some other technique.
Yes.
Do salespeople generally come to your forum at any time to promote anything new, or?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
No.
So, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I was asking, things are changing constantly. Are you ever guilty of standing in line waiting for that new product?
Been there, done that.
Yeah,
Been there,
I
done
stood
that.
in line for 3 hours for the new Apple Store in the mall to open up.
Yeah.
I was in line behind him.
They saved me a spot, right?
Yeah.
Bring your tent. Oh, that's interesting. So obviously, you folks are sold on Apple.
Yes,
Right. Yeah.
yes.
And this isn't exclusive to anybody. Anybody can join, but there's no age limit.
No.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. So when somebody comes to your forum, is there a fee to be part of your group?
There is a $20 yearly membership fee, and that goes to paying for the computer we use to do the demos. And we've got a guest speaker coming in June, and we're paying him a small stipend to come in. It's Andy Onako. He's a technical writer for the Chicago Sun-Times, but he lives down in Massachusetts, so he's coming up to speak to us.
So how did you get him to come on board?
He came up for our 30th anniversary party, I believe it was, back a couple, 3 years.
2009.
2009. And we had a huge crowd turn out for that, and we thought it'd be nice to get him back again. And
So there's actually a board that you've served on. You both are past presidents,
yes,
Both past presidents, both past vice presidents.
right?
Yeah.
And the board basically makes the decisions on who's coming, or
well, the president, vice president typically would get together and try to set up topics for meetings.
Yeah.
And Scott's our current president, and he's done a wonderful job at getting, I think he has a schedule set for the whole year right now, pretty much, what topics we're going to have.
I was just going to ask, what are some of the main topics that always seem to be recurring, or the hot topics that you folks are always generally talking about, or is it?
I think networking. A lot of people seem to have little issues here and there with getting a network up and running in their home. And others.
Yeah. Whatever Apple happens to be coming out with, we've been talking a lot about iCloud lately.
Oh.
because
It's wonderful, but it's also causing a lot of problems.
Yes.
So there's usually a lot of discussion about that.
What would be a typical problem, if you don't mind me asking?
The problem I'm having right now is all my contacts that I've been syncing with iCloud. I went to phone a friend today in Maine, and his full address had disappeared off my iPhone because it got synced away. And I still had it on my home computer, but it wasn't on my iPhone. So,
So that issues like this,
yes.
you can direct.
Yeah, kind of growing pains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're the webmaster for the website.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Tell us what does it mean to be a webmaster, first of all?
Well, I design, although it was designed for me when I took over the job. The website was there, but mostly I maintain it, I update it, I add new things.
Yeah. As far as your backgrounds, if you don't mind me asking, what did you do what was your vocation?
I've done a number of different jobs. When I first got into Apple computers, I was doing printed circuit design work. I've most recently worked for Vectron over in Hudson, which has closed their company over here and moved elsewhere. So I'm out of work at the present time.
Oh.
But I've maintained Apple computers ever since the early 80s when I first bought my first one.
Are you looking for employment?
I certainly am.
You hear that, folks? These people have been involved for a while. And how about yourself?
I'm a teacher. I teach at Salem State University in Salem, Mass.
Okay, all right. And you've been doing that a while, I assume?
Yeah, I've been there for a little over 20 years.
And what do you teach?
Writing,
Writing.
English.
Interesting. And it's interesting how you've come together and you form this. So you must have all walks of life, being
Yes.
part of your
Yeah,
group.
yeah, we do.
A lot of techies?
We've got some techies. We've got some people who are just beginning. We've got some of what we call switchers, people who used to use PCs,
Right.
and have moved to Macs because the Mac has become so much more popular, and the iPhone and the iPad.
You know, the reason I asked that question is, you know, if you go to a certain type of gym, you're expected to work out with a certain type of people. Some gyms are designed for people who aren't really working out. It's like your regular gyms, the muscle men, you go to Planet Fitness if you're intimidated by that. Same way with your group. If there's a bunch of techies in there and I'm not really technically oriented, I'd probably get lost. That's not what's happening here.
I don't think so. The people in our club who are really knowledgeable are also very friendly and open and very willing to give of their time.
Right.
So, you know, you don't really get that. We get a lot of new members, and I really haven't heard much along those lines that I don't belong here.
Oh, that's it. That's good to know. It's just that when somebody says, "Oh, we're a bunch of techies or very technically astute," I kind of, well, you know, show me how to copy and paste, and I'm all happy.
Probably in the early days it was like that.
Yeah.
One of the things we've done at virtually every meeting that I've ever been to, and I'm sure I would almost guarantee every meeting, the president asks if there are any new members or guests at the meeting so they can just stand up and say, "Hi, I'm Tim Adams.
Right.
And I own a Mac, and I'm here to check out the group."
Yeah.
And if they've got questions, and hopefully people turn around and say hi to them back, and they feel welcome to the group at that point.
No, I was saying off camera, I do have a friend, he actually produces a show here called National Geographic, and he does films and videos, and he actually goes to, I believe, the store, the Mac store, that get little instructions. There's
Right.
Yes.
an instruction period where I don't know if it's free or not, but
If you buy an iPad, I know they do give instructional classes down there for that.
right.
If you're brand new to it, or even if you're not brand new to it, if you've just bought it or had it for a while, I think you can set up there. And I don't believe it costs anything. I think it's all free.
Right.
And I'm sure the same is for Mac and other devices also.
But being part of your group, you can basically tighten up some of your skills. You just don't know how to overcome certain obstacles that you're running into, and
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We don't have people come in and say, "I don't know anything, teach me everything I need to know." You know, we would probably
Yeah.
send them to the Apple Store
Yeah.
for that. But if somebody's having a problem or just wants to get started or wants to know where to go next
Right.
in their progress.
And if you do photography work and use iPhoto, a few months ago, Rick gave a demonstration on how to do some basic editing using iPhoto.
Right.
So if somebody is interested in just, okay, this picture is way too dark, how do I try to fix it?
right.
We gave that information at that meeting. And so, I mean, there are people that use a number of the different programs that are very basic, and we're more than willing to come in and do a demo at the meeting to show people how to do that.
So what's the name of the website?
Okay, it's applepower-nh.org.
And is there a phone number?
Not really. There are ways to contact all of us on the website, but we don't have an official phone number for the organization.
Well, there's other, with businesses growing and Apple growing, where do you think Apple's going that people should be, aware of the new products? What are some of the upcoming things that you think are going to be interesting?
Well, it's hotly debated right now, but there's been a rumor of an Apple TV coming, and I just don't know about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There's the iWatch.
Yeah, there's rumors of an iWatch with well, it's not a band like this, but it's a band that you just slap on and it wraps around you, but it will be glass and it will interconnect your phone to your watch. So if somebody texts you, you can look at your watch to see who it is, to see if it's worthwhile to take your phone out of your pocket to actually read the text and respond.
Those are both unconfirmed rumors.
Yeah,
at this point.
total
We don't
rumors.
know.
Right.
And the television is supposed to be a smart TV that you would perhaps speak to tell it to change channels and that type of thing. But there again, nobody knows. It's all rumors.
Are we
It's
living in the
something
time of the Jetsons or what?
We're getting there.
It's getting there, yes.
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, is there anything that you want our viewers to know else about your group that you meet at the library?
Last Wednesday of the month.
Last Wednesday of the
7
month.
to 9.
Nominal fee, annual fee to be part of it.
$20. It's a family membership.
Right. And it's a social network where people can get together and talk about issues with your Mac that you want to just tweak it a little bit, and maybe you have some suggestions that you can offer too.
Yeah. We also have a mailing list that people can join on Yahoo. If they've got questions or comments.
What is the address for that?
It's too complicated.
Yeah,
This is the website.
It's Apple Power NH. Is there a dash in there? Yeah, Apple Power NH at Yahoo Groups or at groups.yahoo.com, something like that. Yeah.
But it's on the website.
It's on the website. Everything that you need to know about the group is on the website.
Yeah. And obviously, you want more people to be part of it, to add to the experience.
We would like so. There's a little bit of the evangelist in all of us that have been around Apple for a long time.
Right. I remember when it first came out. I think that ages me too, doesn't it? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
It was this little box. But well, gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And what is your specialty with work? What do you do?
I've just finished working at Vectron. I was a quality test technician over there.
And what did you test?
They made oscillator circuits, little integrated packages, smaller than my thumbnail.
And you've had a long history of doing...
I worked over there for 6 years, a little better than 6 years, yes.
And any other type of background that you have that may be marketable in this type of...
I've done a lot of different things with computers.
So.
And not so much programming, but I did the newsletter. I was newsletter editor for SNAC for many years. And that's been taken over by another person at this point. And I also did printed circuit design work. And a variety of other things.
And how can somebody get in touch with you if they feel that maybe...
My name and email address is on the website, SNAC's website.
Okay. Well, if you know of an opening, please contact him. And it would obviously you have a background that's definitely going to be usable. So
I hope so.
So, gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Yep,
And,
thank you.
Thank you for watching Gate City Chronicles. We hope these shows really help you out in discovering what's happening here in Nashua and some of the services and people that are local that you can tap into and be part of, contribute or learn from. So again, thank you for watching Gate City Chronicles. Until next week.